It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly, blown away by my incredible new shirt.
That is amazing. Now that's new. I didn't realize that
Just
was
got that
new.
this weekend. Dio. Look at that. Look at
I
that.
was complimenting you off the air on it because I told you I wasn't a big fan of the band, but I loved the Dio logo. I
Yeah.
always thought that was cool.
I always thought it was cool because on T-shirt day at Assumption School in Belmont, if we paid a quarter, we could wear a Dio
Uh-huh.
T-shirt. So I always wear one with
Right.
a. I was like in the 5th grade, showing up with a Dio
Mm,
T-shirt on.
yeah,
Big devil dragon on the front.
of course.
Nuns would run in and pray for me on their lunch break or smoke. I don't know what they were doing.
Well, sometimes you got to do both.
Pray and
You
smoke.
got to pray and smoke. Yeah.
Well, you think about it. You go in.
'Cause there's a lot of stress. Honestly, think about
I
it. No,
get it.
there's a lot of stress in that.
You go in.
You
You light a candle.
got to have a few.
Pay your 50 cents. Light a candle. Fire up a cigarette. Kneel down.
Right off the candle.
Right off the candle.
There you go.
Hmm. So I have to tell you a story. I don't want to.
Okay.
There are both elements of a victim, some laughter,
Mm-hmm.
some behind the scenes. This story goes in a million different directions, and I thought I'd share it with you.
Okay.
Over the weekend, I was out emceeing an event, and due to the circumstances around said story, we'll just leave everything out, names and places and all this other kind of stuff. But I was co-hosting with another dignitary from the area, much more dignified than me, of course. I'm kind of like the mule, and then they put a dignitary with me. So the dignitary can shine, I can be the mule. Well, I'm standing along next side to said dignitary in a moment where we were not on the mic. We were kind of back off a ways a little bit and all that other stuff. And I won't say who, but one of us was stricken with an emergency gas situation.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And as we stood next to one another, one of us was trying to creep out an SBD. And toward the end of the silent but deadly part, there was a little that. So as me, the mule, and the dignitary were standing next to each other, one of us turned incredibly red, and one of us started laughing, like this. Well, and again, not naming names of anybody
Of course not.
who may have been affected by this tragic situation, but the one who did not have the emergency gas situation, which is, it's embarrassing in any situation.
Of course.
Nobody wants to have a fart happen in an inopportune time. But the one who didn't fart had to politely figure out a way in front of a room of people to distance himself from the one who did have a fart and make it look like nothing was going on. Well, his face was as red as a beet while he was trying to distance himself from said farter.
Yeah.
Again, to protect the innocent, I will not say who was stricken with the gas. I won't say who said dignitary was that got crop dusted. But it happened. And that's some of the behind the scenes stuff you don't always hear about at an MC thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those situations that you handled that as professionally as I would have expected. No need to embarrass anyone.
No
need to, because you don't know who this could impact emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and there could be some PTSD.
That's what I'm thinking.
Following something like that, and you don't want to, it's like you don't want to pick a scab too early.
Here's the thing: should there be some PTSD, I'm willing to bet that the victim of said scenario has probably got pretty good insurance. So should he need some help past the PTSD, he'll be clear.
That's good.
Yeah. It was a monumental moment in all of vaudevillian begging for money at functions.
And your discretion should be admired, and celebrated.
I would never point out somebody who was truly victimized by
Victimized?
bodily
Yeah,
functions. Yeah,
gotcha.
that's just a horrible scenario to be put in, and we wouldn't want anybody to be.
Yeah, hey, we all saw Police Academy 4, so we know what you're talking about.
We did.
So
Was there a fart in Police Academy 4?
yes, there was a fart in it. You don't intend to.
I don't remember.
You don't. It was the sergeant.
Other than
Sergeant.
other than
Sergeant. I
Bobcat,
believe it
who the
was
hell remembers Police
Sergeant
Academy?
Mauser. Okay, you could have just played along. This is where you just go, yeah, absolutely.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
okay,
after,
sorry.
what the hell are you
Oh
talking
yeah, sorry. Oh, I remember that
Never
one.
mind.
Yeah, that was right after Police Academy 3 and before 5.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly. Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Hello.
Hmm.
Good Lord.
Those
Now
were
you
funny movies.
question me.
Anyway,
Question me and the majestic Michael Winslow and Steve Gutenberg, George Gaines. I could go on for hours
isn't it
about the
crazy
Police Academy.
over time how many of those people we've met from that movie? With Michael Winslow's been in a few times.
Michael Winslow. So yeah,
I've got
I saw Michael.
Bobcat. I've had Bobcat on
Yeah.
a few times. Bobcat sends me pictures of Duke giving the finger when he's in town. You know,
I saw Michael Winslow at the Comedy Den
Yeah,
in like '93 or something.
Bobcat
Good
autographed a
Lord.
copy
What
of
else?
Shakes the
What's
Clown
going
for
on?
me.
Want to get into the nitty?
No, I want to tell you my story about Bobcat. Don't be in such a rush.
What's it? What?
I want to tell you my story about Bobcat.
Oh, okay, fine.
Bobcat
I got.
autographed a copy of Shakes the Clown for me, and he signs it to Andy. Thanks for buying 2 copies of this crap, Bobcat.
He's turned out to be a pretty good director.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Now he's
Really good dude.
dude's got issues, but hey, everybody in that business does.
Yes, we do. All right, do your
All
news.
right. Okay, let's do it. According to the latest polls, most Americans don't want either the current or former president to run for the White House in 2024. A brand spanking new NBC News poll found that 60% are not in favor of another Trump run. At the same time, 70% don't want current President Joe Biden to run for re-election. That includes over half of Democrats. This makes perfect sense. I mean, both these guys should either be playing golf or eating pudding or both. And it's gonna be what we end up getting probably. But
I think
and that's one of those reasons why I can't encourage anybody to participate. If you want to, great. If you feel a duty, completely understand and respect that. I can't.
I think of it like this.
I can. I won't.
We had a lot of decompression to do after the pandemic, after the way we learned about social media and the manipulation of everybody and all that stuff. I think if we could make a national agreement among people that if we got away from Biden and Trump and everything that has just been the flotsam and jetsam of our lives floating along with us, and start new with a president that people can respect, can agree upon enough to get away from the bullshit rabble that has come from every direction for the last 6 or 7 years, and just kind of start new and say, okay, you know what? We're never going to have perfect, but we don't need the extremism in our politics that we see all around the world, which is, you know what? Honestly, we've tipped toward that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from the parties, because you're going to see factions of that in any party that people are going to push it to whatever. But when it falls over into the mainstream and people start buying into this whole faction mentality of I'm a rhino or you're a rhino or you're, all this other kind of stuff, that's where it gets messy. And if we could just have a national reckoning and say, okay, we're all going to turn the pressure down on everything just a little bit, take a breath, and get back to what we know. I think it'd be a good thing.
Love that.
Wouldn't it be
would
great?
love that. You would love that, and there's no chance in hell of that happening. And that's
which is
pathetic.
Honestly,
but
that's where the decline of our country starts, right there.
Oh, I think I do think
continues.
It does start.
I should say continues.
Yeah. Because the goal now is just to make the slide slow. Yep. You don't want a fast slide. You don't want a fast track into wherever we're heading. And again, I like to be the cockeyed optimist. I think there's always hope. There always is. And there always is a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe we correct. Maybe we do course correct, and maybe the temperature comes down a bit on both sides. But people are so dug in, and it's become so much a part of people's individual identity.
Yep.
Whether you're talking the right or the left, where this is again, I've said this before. This has replaced religion for some
It's
people,
awful.
which is not a good thing.
And I want
And
to
not
point out
talking to
too.
people, not talking to somebody because of that is just asinine.
Hey,
It is so ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you this too. And I want people to really stop and think about this. The way our economy's going, and I'm not standing here talking about redistribute the wealth. I'm not standing here talking about more free handouts, and I'm not standing here talking about give it all away. But the way our economy's going, the fourth world is emerging in the United States. We are going to have people that live on the outskirts of the dump and make 7 cents a day by what it's coming, right? That's the decline of our
Good.
civilization.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's possible.
the people that are going to be caught in this are truly going to be the voiceless. And those who are pushing to continue the upward stream of the financial system, because it really works that way, they are going to continue the narrative of these people who have nothing are the problem. And we have to find a way somewhere in there to find a way to keep these people from falling down to where they're making 7 cents a day.
Corporations
don't
are
have the
controlling
answer.
everything.
I don't have the answer.
And neither do I. I do know corporations are controlling everything,
Everything.
every aspect, from politics to journalism to you name it, the
Mhm.
pharmaceutical industry to healthcare to, I mean, it's gross. It's
Totally
gross,
gross.
but I don't know. I don't know where this ends and where this goes.
Nope.
I'm just gonna, gotta try and keep the faith and don't put it in your fellow man,
There you go.
because that's not where it's not where it's gonna be. Hey, in light of this, more Americans are purchasing firearms. Gun sales have skyrocketed more than 10 million since just 2020, according to the latest numbers out of the University of Chicago. 1 in 5 U.S. households purchased a gun in the last 3 years. 1 in 20 are first-time gun owners. Again, this actually makes sense. People are the world and the country are going crazy, and
Yep.
people want to feel the need to protect themselves. I don't. I know you're a gun owner. I'm not. I've just never been comfortable around them, so I tend to just stay and live and navigate my life in areas where I don't think it's necessarily necessary, because I live in an area where there's a lot of gun owners,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of hunter, but there's not a lot of crime either. So
Here's
it's
the
a
thing.
different.
You can have all the gun
different
owners in the
mindset for
world,
me.
and you can run out and buy a gun. You can do all this, that, and the other
Mhm.
thing, and it's great. I'm all for it. Everybody have a gun.
Mhm.
The problem is that being a gun owner comes with a big responsibility, and that
Huge
responsibility is
responsibility, yeah.
understanding what it is to use a gun and when to use it. And I'm going
Right.
to tell you what, you see the headlines pop up time and time again. 16 shot
Mhm.
after a party in Texas
Right.
or some bullshit like that. The problem is lack of education.
Mhm.
You have all the guns you want, great. But pulling out a gun at a disagreement at a party is not a solution.
Right.
You can't even
And
legally, you can't even brandish a firearm at somebody who's threatening you unless you are 100%
Right.
convinced that your life is in
your
jeopardy.
life is certain.
And you
yeah.
better, I'm going to tell you this, you better goddamn well be able to prove it in court, because
Mhm.
if the criminal charge is taken away from you, you're going to get a civil charge.
Right.
Think about that.
I think about, if you're living in a city like Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, I can't imagine not owning a gun, but that's why I don't live in those cities.
Right.
Because it's just, but your point is well taken, especially when you think about first time owners, and how much of that was based on fear, and how much of it, how ready are they to actually, because this isn't like the early 1900s when it was just part of American life,
Right.
was gun ownership. That was just part of it. Now it's so kind of splintered off. It's more, it's Midwest, it's the South.
I've nothing against guns
and
at all.
yeah,
But
but
you
you're
better
right,
know
though.
what you're doing. because
Exactly.
I'm here to tell you what, shooting somebody because you're pissed off at a nightclub
Mhm.
or a party or a
Right.
family disagreement, you're going to jail, and
Yeah.
you're giving
No
you're
question.
giving gun ownership the bad name.
Oh, absolutely. Finally, Stream Along the Lakeshore returning to downtown Muskegon next month. The event kicks off on May 6th, offering activities with a science, tech, engineering, art, and math flavor. What?
It's called
It's
Steam
Steam.
Along. You said
That's
stream.
what I said. Steam. I said Steam
No,
Along.
you said
I did
stream.
not say stream. I did not say stream. I
You
said
said
Steam
stream.
Along the Lakeshore. Now, we'll have to play it back
Okay.
later on. And
You
I
said
think I
stream.
said Steam. Maybe. Okay. Maybe I did.
Well, you got a
I'm
bad
not
attitude
100%.
about it. I don't know.
I'm not 100% convinced one way or the other.
Okay.
Anyway, it's aimed at promoting STEAM learning in the community and is open to students in K through 12th grades. I think this is great. We need more people in science and engineering. Art, I think we got enough wannabe artists, to be honest, and most of it sucks.
You got to
And,
crap on
but
artists,
again,
really?
yes, I'm going to crap on artists because again,
Why you got to go being that way?
I appreciate. I think that's a big part of life. Art is. It really is. But it's great for 99.9% of you if that's your hobby. You think you're going to make it a career? You're not. You're not. You're
Okay.
not talented enough.
Well,
Probably.
I will
So
say this:
so these other areas, boom,
it was
go balls to the wall.
almost a newscast with 100% dick-free Dave, but no, at the end he came through and turned into an asshole. So very good.
Well, okay. Well, you got it. I like to stay in character and speak my truth.
Wonderful.
So,
Perfect.
all right. Sports. Tigers fall to Baltimore 2-1 in 10 innings. Cubs lose, Cubs lose, Cubs lose. They drop one to the Dodgers 7-3. That's sports.
Did you see what Baltimore gave Miggy for his? They gave him a brick from the warehouse. So
Oh, nice.
nice honor there for Miggy as
Mhm.
he's making his victory tour
Great
on
victory tour.
the last year.
81 stops. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Legal. Oh, by the way, no weather today. Dude, right?
What? Why?
It was. You ready for this one?
What is it?
You ready? Yesterday was the Valparaiso Follies, and they did the weather kids did a mashup to Justin Timberlake songs.
Oh, what?
dance
And he's
routine.
too fatigued. I can't do forecasts. Okay, I'm coming down off the Follies. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I'm a little
Oh, well.
overwhelmed. I can't.
I know, but good news, I got footage of it, so we're gonna show that.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Play it in a loop. Come on, kids, sack up and get to work.
All right, here we go. Legal briefs for 200 in Jeopardy. Defamatory statement in a fixed medium-like writing.
Say that again.
For
Deformatory.
God's sake, this is Jeopardy.
My hearing's not good.
Your earring's not good?
My earrings and my hearing. See, I can't even pronounce H's anymore.
Turn the volume up on your headphones. Work with me.
Okay.
Defamatory statement in a fixed medium-like writing.
Deformatory or defamatory? Dude!
Defamatory.
Okay, thank you. You effed up the word. Defamatory. You said deformatory.
All right, well, I ding myself. Are you happy?
Yes.
All right, good.
Not really, but
Quit belly aching, Susie. Give me an answer.
go. You didn't say the question.
I said the question 2 times, and then I fixed a word for you.
Oh, I thought that was the category. Defamatory statement. Okay, in writing, that would be, I believe, libel.
God almighty, give this idiot $200. He's
Thank you.
29 200.
Since I didn't know, since the word deformatory doesn't exist, I was fixated on that.
Have a great day.
See ya.